They hate us, but they want what we have, what we've got to give. Our country has been given away. Our capital, London, it's mind-boggling to me. This Prime Minister is the most anti-English Prime Minister we've ever had.
That more and more people feel completely ignored by government. They just feel like there's no point voting anymore.
I think she's absolutely insane. Look what this country's done for everyone. It brought the whole world into the 21st century. It seems like he hates our flag, yeah? He hates our flag and he hates everything we stand for. You see, it will explode. And I don't say too much because I might get thrown in jail.
Hi, it's Patrick here. I recorded this explosive conversation from Carl, who lives in Jaywick, Essex, for my documentary Should Brits Come Home. It's time to give Carl his full voice and release the entire interview with him. Now, if you don't agree with him, please go and check out the documentary Should Brits Come Home. The link is in the description. And if you do agree with him, write in the comments section below. And if you could do me a huge favor and subscribe to this channel, it would make a massive difference. I'm an independent filmmaker and storyteller, and every subscription really, really counts. All right, now let's hear from Carl.
So guys, thank you very much for going to speak about England and what England was really like. And Carl, you were talking about your childhood in East London, and you're saying it's changed beyond belief. Can you just tell us about that?
Well, if I was to step into East London now, there is no one that I grew up with lives there anymore. It's completely changed the whole feel about the place. Yeah, there's no community anymore there. Well, there is, but they're not our community, you know, and it was taken from us. You know, I know my grandparents would bond at 3 houses to keep this country English, and yet they're like an army just come in and take over our country. They just give it away.
Did you decide to leave East London, or what?
No, I moved about the world. I worked in South Africa. I worked in Hong Kong. I worked in Los Angeles. I worked in Thailand for a while. And then I came back here, and my mum lives up here in Frinton. But I had a business. I opened up with my dad, a gas and plumbing business down in Chislehurst in Kent. Okay. And my dad died. We still kept, me and my sister kept the business running we had it for 18 years. But then COVID came in. I got run over up here.
So just about what brought you here. So you guys, you both live here.
Yeah. I have, yes. So we live here all the time.
All right, so we were talking about migration. I say I've been travelling around the country, and I've heard a lot of people tell me it's not a problem. It doesn't impact anyone's life. I'm just wondering whether you feel it does.
You know, it does. You know, this is why I'm not being racist. Yep. This is why I love Jaywick, because it's like England. It's like I said before. This is like East London when I grew up. You walk down the street. Everyone says hello to you. Everyone is friendly. Everyone, has got each other's back. And it's so hard to find. You don't find it in England no more. But I hate advertising it because I don't want it to get ruined. Yeah. They're talking about spending a load of money down here, but you start getting, they change it. As much as it might look a bit, downtrodden sort of thing. But it's England. It's the people. It's not about how it looks. It's the people. Yeah. And everyone's got the same mentality that we love our country, and we do want our country back, and it's been taken from us. It's outrageous.
So this Raise the Flag campaign, this is from this campaign. What's it all about? What does it mean?
Well, for me, it means because our MP is Nigel Farage, and he's got our backs. He's the only MP, because the rest of the political parties, they're too scared to say anything against Muslims because they all mass vote. Yeah, they get told who to vote for. So that's why they don't say nothing against them, because they know 50,000 people in that area are going to vote for Labour. Yeah. And it's that's why they won't say nothing against them. And it's taking people to go to jail. Yeah, like Tommy Robinson, to let the world know what is happening to the greatest country on earth. If you go into all the things that have been invented, That was invented here. You know, you go on about medical, you go on about technology, mechanical, you know, everything. 99% of it come from here. We gave it away. We gave it away, and now we're our pensioners are having their pensions taken off of them, so they can give benefits to people who have come off boat, thrown their passports in the sea. And by the way, there ain't no women and children on them boats. Yeah, they are all fighting age men. Yeah, it's like it's an army. And it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Once Nigel gets in, they are gonna pick up arms and they're gonna try. I truly believe that. Yeah, and I'm not racist. I am not a racist. I lived in South Africa. Yeah, and I was so pleased when Nelson Mandela got released. I'm not. I lived in India. I've lived in India. I've lived in Hong Kong. Yeah, and I've Los Angeles. Like, you know, I'm not racist. I love the people when they're in their country. But these people who are coming here, they don't embrace our culture. They don't embrace England. Yeah. They hate us, but they want what we have, what we've got to give.
Have you kind of experienced that? Because obviously you come from London. You said London's changed a lot. Basically, white British people are now in a minority. Have you seen that in London?
I've seen it, and I don't like going there. I'm a West Ham supporter, yeah, and that's the only time I will go there, because there's, you know, everyone comes from like all over the country, you know, to follow West Ham, and that's the only time I will go there, because it's the only time when, you know, you see our English people in East London. That's East London. East London. London's been taken. It's been taken over. It's been given. No, it ain't been taken over. It's been given away. Yeah. Our country has been given away. Our capital, the capital, London. It's mind-boggling to me.
I mean, we're at this situation.
What other country would give their capital city to foreigners? Foreigners, they ain't even come over for a battle. We ain't had a battle with them, and we lost. You know, it's been underhandedly given to them.
Well, you mentioned, of course, because we've got to a situation in the UK where if you're against migration, that means you're a racist, which is ridiculous. Yeah. I've just seen you talking to a coloured lady over there, a person of colour.
Lovely lady, nice. June. Very you know, nice. I don't want, you know, to like pick, you know, just because she's of colour, because I don't see colour. Like,
it's not about that.
It's not about colour. It's about, you know, like she's as English as I am. You know, I grew up with a lot of my best mates are coloured, yeah, but they eat pie mash. They support West Ham. You know, they're as East End, they're as Cockney as I am. Yeah. Yeah.
So what would need to change for those? I mean, you talked about Muslims, obviously, right? Yeah. They're not changing their religion, no. But what would need for them to change for you to feel like they're becoming more British?
They're never going to do it. They're never going to do it. And Winston Churchill, you know, Winston Churchill said there will never be peace on this earth whilst there's a book called the Quran. And I can't remember his name, Sir somebody. You know, he was the first, and this is before there was one that even stepped in this country. Yeah, they called it. Yeah. You know, but no one listens. No one listens. You know, to like, you know, before Winston Churchill said it about the Germans before in the 1930s. No one listened to him. But they listened to him once. He was like, you know, they're bombing like London. You know, all of a sudden, oh yeah, he's right.
So I spoke to a professor who said that more and more people feel completely ignored by government. Yeah, they just feel like there's no point voting anymore because no one listens, no one cares. You live in Jaywick, right on the coast. You know, it's very far away. Yeah. Do you feel like that? Yeah, I did. But now Nigel, like, because of Nigel, yeah, because of him, there is a reason to vote. There is a reason to vote because so many people feel exactly as I do. And it's because it's true. It's not like we're not making this up because we're racist. Because why didn't we just kill all the first ones that came over? You know, like, no, we don't want them in our country. No, we're here to. We are the most. This is the country that stopped slavery. Yeah. Yeah, this country stopped slavery. Yeah, and we made the world like look at slavery. You know, and let me tell you about slavery. How about all they go on about, you know, what happened to them 200 years ago? They weren't even born. But like, how about the East End kids
that died up chimneys. Yeah, sweeping rich people's houses.
Horrible job.
How about the ones that were on Hangman's Wall because they nicked an apple?
Yeah.
They talk about slavery. The 1% of the population of this world has got 99% of the wealth. How can you wake up? You're a billionaire, right? You've got kids all over the world that are starving, but you're looking at your bank balance, see if I've got another.
So I got told by this girl from Austria when I was in London that the British Empire is the source of quite a lot of evil in the world, and British people should be British people should be ashamed of being white and British.
Okay.
What do you reckon?
I think she's absolutely insane, because look what we've done to their countries. And in fact, when England, when we was after the Second World War, most of the what was the empire, was thrown out of there. Well, after that, their money turned it like it wasn't worth toilet paper. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, their countries were, destroyed by their own people. Their greed of their own people. Yeah, and the people, whoever was in power, took what they could. Yeah. And then then there was a civil war, and then the next person came in. That's happened all over the old British, what they call the British Empire. Yeah, but like all Britain ever done was educated. Yeah, educated people. Try to change it into our, say it's civilised, because I think
around the world,
I've been around the world, and people are happy. People are happy just living in huts and living. But it's like me now. I live in like an old chalet. Yeah, where you just come on holiday in. I live by the sea. I got a great girl. I'm happy. I'm happy. When I was working hard, living in London, and I wasn't happy.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I had 2 businesses at one point, but I wasn't happy.
Yeah. It's a slog, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we were talking about the Raise the Flag campaign. How do you feel when you saw these flags go up?
Proud. I'm proud of our country. I'm proud of what we've given to the world. Honestly, if anyone wants to, right, I see this Australian guy, right, and he was saying about they say how bad Britain has been for the world, the British Empire. What he said, but if you put that in 2 buckets, yeah, grains of sand, he said what the bad things that Britain has done, yeah, wouldn't even cover the bottom. What we've done for the world has filled up that bucket, and that's true. And if people don't agree. If they don't agree with it, why would you come here?
Yeah. So I'm also talking to people who are saying that they reckon civil war might happen in the UK because there's so much going on. Do you reckon that's true?
It's possible, but we've got a British Army which is more than capable of sorting out any, nonsense. But I don't want that to happen in this country. I just want people to realise that they're it's like Polish people when they come here. They embrace what they've got. They come and they work here. They open up shops. And once they start speaking English and that, they're very similar to. They are similar. A lot of them was in the RAF in the Second World War. Yeah, a lot of Polish. And they was the ones who got the Enigma box. So we've got a very good connection, like with Poland.
Yeah, because you actually know quite a lot about history, which is quite impressive. Because I've asked a lot of British people what they know about Poland. Most of them go, You're actually you're probably the best, most knowledgeable person I met so far. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that Poles were in the Battle of Britain. Probably maybe even saved the country because of the kill ratio and all the rest of it.
And the Enigma box, they was the ones who gave it to us. All right, Turing, he was the one who built a computer, the first computer that's ever been built, come from England, at the Second World War, was made here. So, by a gay guy. They ended up,
very unfortunate. Yeah.
Terrible,
So I feel that Polish people have integrated quite well in the UK.
They have. I go out because I lived in Hainault for a while.
Oh yeah.
And there's quite a lot of Polish people around there. And I used to enjoy, like conversing with them. They're decent people, and they're hard-working people.
Yeah.
But they do not, hate us. They don't come here and hate us, which I'm afraid to say, the Muslims do. They hate us. You know, not all. I'm not saying all Muslims. I'm not saying. You know, I'm not an idiot. There's really good people. There's really good Muslims. Yeah. My uncle Franny, before he died, he used to have a neighbour around the corner. They bring him a curry round. Yeah, they bring him a curry round almost daily. Yeah, and like, you know, I'm a curry muncher. You know, it's my favourite food. You know what I mean? I really am. So you know what I mean. And I loved India. You know, I didn't go to Pakistan, but like India, I loved it. You know, like loved being there. It's the most spiritual place I've ever been in my life. When I arrived there, you can just feel the closeness to God, because there's so many people who are religious there. You know, and they just like, you can feel it. You can feel it. It's just like, wow. And then I went to Thailand, and you feel the party.
yeah. There's a lot of Brits there as well. Right? Yeah. I'm asking people what Britain means, and a lot of people don't have an answer. What does Britain stand for you?
Stands for me. There's two Britons. Yeah. There's the old Britain, which stood up for the people who have been oppressed. Yeah. People who are being like having their country taken from them. We used to stand up. That's why we used to. You know. That's why we used to fight. You know. Also, we did go around, you know, and take nations, but we educated, you know, and they probably would have been in civil wars the whole time anyway, and they was as soon as we left, you know, and so that's what we've got. We have got the best history in the world. No nations. Look how small it is on the map.
Yeah, it really is.
And look what it's done. Look what this country's done for everyone. It brought the whole world into the 21st century. Yeah, but no one wants to say, no one wants to speak up for that, and it's terrible. It's terrible.
You said there's two Britons. What's the other one then?
Now the other one is all our MPs. I'm going to be rude. They're taking it up the backside. Yeah, because they're so scared to be outvoted. So they listen to all, because the Muslim. Because they know the English vote, will be split. Yeah, you will have some Labour, you have some Conservatives. Now, thank God, reform. Yeah, but the Muslim vote goes to one party. Yeah, and that's why they bend over and they take it up the backside. They don't even bring up the subject of mass English kids and women are being abused, and raped, by these Muslims. They won't even arrest them. Yeah. And that, I'm afraid, like that's what gets me, and it what gets every. How can you let our people, who are the children and grandchildren of people who saved the world, saved the world, and you're letting their grandchildren being raped by people that we saved.
And then it's the cover-up as well, so we're talking about it in the car with Southport too. It's a cover-up. It's getting ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. It's outrageous. And he's only... this Prime Minister is the most anti-English Prime Minister we've ever had. You know, our people voted for him. It's insane. Like, it seems like he hates our flag. Yeah, he hates our flag, and he hates everything we stand for, or he's too scared to say anything. Yeah, but now because Nigel, and he sees the way it's going in the polls, he's now saying, "Oh, we'll do this and we'll do that." It's too late, mate. You showed your colours by when people was like having a go at the people who raped kids, by throwing them in jail. Not throw the rapists in jail. Oh, there's a thing on YouTube in East London the other day over the Isle of Dogs. Right? A guy from there's a hotel there. It should be a 5-star hotel. The whole place is just full of immigrants. Yeah. A guy just came out of there. He's walked into some woman's house. I think she was blind, weren't she? And her carer, like went to like identify him. She was told to get out of an hotel. You can't throw someone out of an hotel. It's a public place. Yeah. She was told to leave. Yeah, because she wanted to identify this guy, and she was arrested. That's insane. That's not you arrest the guy who's got. What was he going to do? What was he going to do if she wasn't there, the carer?
So I've got this impression that it's just going to take one more really horrible thing to happen in this country,
And it's going to explode. It will explode. I don't. It's the last thing I want there to be is a civil war in this country, because it looks. But it might happen. It might happen. I don't say too much because I might get thrown in jail.
I don't think so. You haven't said anything, in my opinion, that would be wrong. And thank you very much for speaking like this, because I've noticed another thing, which is people are scared. Yeah. People are really scared, even to say what they feel.
Of course, yeah. People are terrified, because if you say something, there's a lady. I don't know the whole details, but she's still in jail. She's still in jail because of a post she put up, and we're supposed to be the country of free speech. We gave free speech to the world. Yeah. There's no free speech in this country. None at all. Yeah. And I don't like people like saying like horrible things personal things about people on social media, because and kids get I hate all that. But you can't throw people in jail because they're saying what they feel about a situation. There's got to be some level of free speech in this country, and I'm so glad President Trump was voted in, yeah, because we got an ally, yeah, and Nigel Farage got an ally, yeah, and so finally, it's like the what's it called? It's turning. The
wheel is turning.
The wheel's turning. The tide is turning. Yeah.
So, Carl, as I told you earlier, I'm actually living in Poland right now, and in this documentary, you're asking, should Brits come home? There's more than 5.5 million British people living abroad. Yeah. You've lived abroad. Yeah. Do you reckon it's worth?
1 million in Los Angeles.
Really? I never had that.
Over 1 million. It's the biggest population of expats. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, do you reckon Brits should come home to the UK right now?
Would you?
I'm thinking about it. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't. Yeah. Taxes is the thing that's getting me a little bit, if you know what I mean.
I don't see. Money ain't my governor no more. Yeah, because I told you earlier. Yeah, it was a stress. Yeah. It's not for monetary reason. If you're proud of this nation and you want to come and help and fight back, take our country back, then yeah, I think everyone should come home. Everyone should come home and back Nigel.
Getting tears in my eyes as you say that, mate. Thank you very much. Are you happy for us to show this in the documentary, right? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Patrick.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Very much.
You're more than
welcome.
Mate. God bless
you. Thank you.
Cheers. They hate us, but they want what we have, what we've got to give. Our country has been given away. Our capital, London, it's mind-boggling to me. This Prime Minister is the most anti-English Prime Minister we've ever had.
That more and more people feel completely ignored by government. They just feel like there's no point voting anymore.
I think she's absolutely insane. Look what this country's done for everyone. It brought the whole world into the 21st century. It seems like he hates our flag, yeah? He hates our flag and he hates everything we stand for. You see, it will explode. And I don't say too much because I might get thrown in jail.